Mum, what's your mum's name?
Sharon, the lovely Sharon.
The lovely
shout outs to my mum, yeah. She's influenced my music taste greatly.
And has your dad as well? Is your dad a music?
He has, on a slightly different note. And I wish you hadn't brought that up now, because upon looking at my list, I realised they're pretty much all from my mum's side. He was more the Doors and the Who, stuff that's not on that list. Sorry, Dad.
Well, sure, if you want some sort of equilibrium here, we can...
We'll see how it goes.
We're going to get onto your dad, because your dad is, what I like about your dad made you, like, work as a car park attendant when after you got the part as Draco.
I hope he's listening to this, because that's a little bit of a twist on the truth. I mean, no, it wasn't anything to do with that. My dad always wanted I come from a family of 4 brothers, and he was keen for us all to understand the meaning of what it is to earn a pound, which usually meant starting off as a paper round. Unfortunately, when the paper round, I was doing other stuff when the paper rounds came around. And he was happy for that. He was very happy for that. But he was also keen for me at some point to experience a normal job. And at that time, I was really into fishing, so I volunteered to become a fishing bailiff, which involved parking cars between sort of 6 in the morning to 9, and then throughout the rest of the day, cooking bacon sarnies for other fishermen.
What's a fishing bailiff?
You know, like a lake, where people come and pay to fish.
I'm a fisherman, but I'm a sea fisherman, so I don't really know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Right. Well, the difference here is that if there's a lake, people turn up and they sit up and they get the fishing rods out and fish.
Yeah.
And then I would come round and say, ticket please, and they would...
ticket.
I get the ticket, they give me a tenner or whatever it is to fish there, and I go back to the boss with the money and say, here.
And then you make bacon sandwiches?
Well, yes, there's a little, like a little kitchen thing where you do bacon and sausage sarnies. I'm a master at the bacon and egg sarnies.
Sounds like a great place to go fishing.
It was pretty awesome, I won't lie, yeah. It's more of a sort of fishing haven than just...
What's your fishing game like? Are you good?
What's my fishing game like? I can tell you, you're not a fisherman there, are you, Dan? It's okay. It's been about 6 years. It's one of those things that I said when I was 12 years old to a journalist that I want to become a fisherman and I don't want to act anymore. And they're still asking me to the day, so when are you gonna start the fishing career? So it's one of those things. It's one of those things that I've kind of regretted saying as a young child.
Would you ever want to go back into it and do management or anything like that? And just as in just like a pastime? Or?
Yeah, as a hobby. I love the idea of like owning a lake. You know, some dudes they buy a golf course and just for their own pleasure and help run it. Yeah, why not? Saying that, I know the owner pretty well, and he's pretty stressful.
When do you fish? Have you fished for a while? Or?
Yeah, certainly. Over a decade.
Do you get a chance to do it anymore?
No, I haven't gone maybe 4 years, which is very depressing. But
what's the best fish to catch when you do fish?
Well, I only fish for one, really. In my type of fishing is carp, which is a very popular one in England, but no, not very popular in America or anywhere else.
Do they put up a fight carp?
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Oh yeah. You can do a good half an hour battle on the end of the rod tip.
Yeah, I'm a sea guy. I go out on the sea.
So I did see once, and it was very unsuccessful because they just anchor up, and you go up and down, up and down. Within 20 minutes, you think, oh my god, like how long is this going to last for? And I remember him saying actually, we got another 2 hours, and it was like, oh god. But the weird thing is with sea fishing, the moment your feet land back on dry soil, it eradicates itself. It goes. So
you've got that jelly moment for about 30 seconds where you get back on the
it's very strange.
Strangest thing after you go sea fishing. I love to go and we take the catch home and then we cook it up in the evening.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. And but because you're sort of salt kissed and whatever, sometimes you have a quick shower before. When you're in the shower and you close your eyes, then you feel a bit woozy. Whoa.
Right, what's going on? I haven't tried that. What do you? What's your chosen game?
Well, in terms of fishing, what
are you going for?
I love bream. I've never caught a sea bass. Cod, pollock, and and if it's going badly, then I'll make sure we go for a little bit of mackerel. So I've always got something to take home.
Right. Well, you sound very experienced.
Who
is it? Is it Robson Green doing this?
Me and Robson go.
You and Robson?
No, but he does that show for Channel 5, which is just like he's having the best time of
extreme
his
fishing. So we're going to pay you, and we're going to watch you go fishing.
Just jump into the lake and wrestle a catfish.
Yeah, why not?
So listen, let's talk. Can we talk Potter? Retrospective,
of course, please.
What an amazing. What an amazing saga of your life, I suppose.
Don't go too deep, now you're going to get me tearing up.
Well, do you know what I like about this baddie in Rise of Planet of the Apes is he's just universally, unequivocally bad, and he's just, he's quite simple, and you can have a lot of fun playing him, I imagine.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun playing him. Whereas Draco isn't actually all bad, is he?
Very well.
That's my take on it.
Not at all. You bang on. Draco, he's a product of evil. He's not really, he's never really had a chance to think for himself. He's parents have forced him into this world of being not such a nice, fairy guy. And I think even Draco knows that himself and wants to get out of that. But Dodge, the character I play in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, is just a nasty piece of work.
It must have been so much fun.
Oh, it's great. I think anyone who takes pleasure in watching animals suffer is generally, that puts you right down the bottom. Doesn't it? Like, you can say things about other people like, oh, this one's a little bit like that. But as soon as you say, oh yeah, they abuse animals, oof, the whole room goes against you. So yeah, no one's going to like me at the end of this one.
But in terms of Draco, the last couple of films, I've ended up feeling quite sorry for him, which is. I never thought that was going to happen.
That's a huge compliment, I think. That's the idea. I think in the last two films I was really trying to express that bullies and people in that position don't always have its roses and sunshine back at home, especially with their home life. There usually is a missing father or a neglected father, certainly in my case. And Draco's a good example of that. I'm curious. I've never asked J.K. this, but I think she wrote Draco purposefully as a bit of an insight to people who don't have all the good influences thrusted around them early on in life, and how it's quite a sad story that Draco's.
What's interesting is that it's all very prophetic, obviously, with Harry Potter, and that Harry's his destiny is Voldemort and so forth. But your character has that pretty much all the way through as well. And so you're the one that has to kill Dumbledore or whatever.
Sure. There's a real sense of destiny, I think, for nearly all of the characters. I think the main difference is that all of the goodies, without going too deep, is that a lot of them have choices and a lot of them have opportunities to stand up and be brave and to do so forth. But Draco, his hands are kind of really tied. Even when he desperately wants to help Harry or wants to get out of the situation he's in, he can't, because he's got old Voldemort behind him, who's going to stick him with the wand if he does it. So yeah, his hands are tied, and that's
like you're taking Harry Potter to street theatre. They're probably behind him, going to stick him with the wand.
Hey, I'm writing it. We can do that. the adaptation.
In terms of when you finished, what was your last scene? Bear in mind I'm seeing this film, even though I've read the book, bear in mind I'm seeing the film tonight, so
No, sure, I can't ruin it too much. Quite actually, our last scene that I really recall was us 19 years later. There is a scene at the very end of the film that's 19 years later, which is the epilogue, where...
Are you all in that?
We are all in that, a few of us are in that. Harry and Ginny are together with their children, and Ron and Hermione are together as a couple with their children, and Draco has found himself a wife and has a young child as well. So we all have a source.
You were great. Did die in that?
No. Actually, I think oddly, because we were supposed to age us 19 years later, and you'll see tonight, I'm sure you'll burst out laughing if I'm seeing my face. Because I swear they went to about 75, especially when you consider that Jason Isaacs plays my dad. I look like Jason Isaacs' dad in the 19 years. It's a beard, it's very bizarre. However, it does look incredibly convincing.
He's another great actor to have worked with.
He is. Love to bring him
What
up.
a lovely man.
He's a lovely man, and he's one of the few men that he's been really helpful for me. As a 14-year-old, when you're working with these adult actors, you really don't have the nerve to say much, especially about your acting. So it's great at the end of a scene or end of a rehearsal when Jason will come up to you and say, hey, have you ever thought about it like this, or have you thought about it like that? Never telling you how to do it, just saying, oh, these are just things to think about. So I really feel from an acting point of view, he's taught me a lot.
Did anyone explain to you when you got the part what a huge part that was going to be in terms of,
No.
And I suppose no one had an inkling. I mean, they must have had an idea, but how big this was going to be, and what a figure in popular culture your role was.
Yeah, no, there was really no plan. People often get a misconception that when we cast these people at the 11 years ago or whatever, that it was already a structured plan. We're going to see this 10 years down the line. That was never the case. It was only ever to make one film, and just as the first one got released, there was a rumour of making a second, and that kind of went all the way up to 4 or 5 before we realised, hold on a minute, they're gonna. But we kept thinking we were going to be replaced at some point. We thought we were growing too old, and our acting is pretty half-assed. And then they actually they were going to bring some decent guys, but they let us grow. And thankfully we were still here, 10 years on.
And how is it when you audition now? Or are you auditioning now?
Auditioning now is a nightmare. No, it's fun. It's a new experience, because you can imagine auditioning for things as an 11-year-old. It's quite easy. Yeah. Just don't look down the barrel of the lens, and just try and act as normal as you can do, I guess. But now at 23. There's a lot more competition out there, and it's weird because having the Harry Potter thing attached, it gets you through the door a lot quicker because people are like, oh great, they see this great reference, but it also sometimes they have a one image in their head.
Okay.
It's very hard for them to see you sometimes stepping out of it. But I do feel lucky because I look very different from Malfoy, which is a good thing, I think. So yeah, it's been a learning experience. I kind of figure you have to go through 100 auditions to get, a few biters, if you will.
And listen, Ed Sheeran, you've got 2 films coming up, Tom.
Yeah.
But when are they out?
Remind me,
You got From the Rough.
Yes, From the Rough is a film that we shot in New Orleans last year. It's a film about 5 international golfers who all win scholarships to play in America, so that's pretty cool.
You play a golfer?
I play a golf.
Are you good at golf?
I got better over the 6 weeks we shot it. To honestly, it was funny because that was the pitch of the film. He was like, it's a sports film. It's about this, growth of youngsters. And I was like, I'm not too sure about this. And he said, it's about golf. And I was like, I'm there.
Yeah.
If it's on a golf course, good course.
Are you American in it?
I'm not. I get to, there's a...
The American accent's good, by the way.
Thank you very much. There's an English guy, a Korean, a French person, and an Australian.
Sounds like Harry Potter.
It is there.
But just in golf.
I'm the Korean.
Are you... tell me you're a goodie here, because I'm so bored of watching you as a baddie. I need to see you as a goodie.
Yes, my friend, I am a goodie. There's no evil tendencies in my character that I play in that film, so that's good.
And is it Apparition as well?
The Apparition, yes.
The Apparition.
Well, either or, yeah. I'm not too sure. But that will be coming out, I'm hoping for February next year. It's kind of a horror/thriller. Features Ashley Greene from the Twilight movies. This is kind of the first Harry Potter Twilight collaboration, which has got some Twitter fans excited apparently.
What are you in that?
I play Captain Science. They give me a set of glasses. I'm a proper geek, and I'm obsessed with the experiments of the supernatural.
Goodie baddie.
Yeah.
Or grey.
Intentional goodie. Turns out to be a bit of a bad.
Ooh.
So it's I'm showing some different colours for you there. Trying to show some range.
So what do you want to do next? What's the aim? What's the goal? What's the plan?
I guess to try and find the big thing for me is trying to find characters that I find are really memorable. I enjoy, even if it's small parts. Like I really don't mind looking at TV and film now that only have these one scenes that have really memorable characters. So I'm just looking to kind of sink my teeth into stuff as much as possible.
You've got a great career ahead of you, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you, Dan. That's very kind of you, mate.
And it's great to have you in.
I look forward to coming back.
Best of luck with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. What happens now? Are you on the tour for that? Do you have to go away a lot, or have you done that?
We've already done most of it in America now. There's a bit of UK stuff to do, but I think a lot of it's word of mouth. People keep telling me this Rise of the Planet of the Apes is coming out word of mouth, so I'm excited to hear that people are talking about it.
And Twitter-wise, what are you on now? What have you got? You must be almost $1 million.